Hey, what's going on, No Nation? It's your guy, Kelvin Hunt, editor of ChopChat.com. Welcome to the Built for Playmakers YouTube channel. If this is your first time giving me a shot, appreciate you tuning in. Those of you that have been rocking with me, you already know how we do. In this particular episode, we're going to look at Adam Fuller's dominant defensive performance against the Louisville Cardinals in the ACC Championship game. Or I should say the player's dominant performance, but Adam Fuller called the game. And Adam Fuller received a 3-year extension and raise, according to a report yesterday. And I wrote on social media that I felt vindicated as an early Adam Fuller supporter when a lot of people didn't think he was a good defensive coordinator. And you got to understand that there's a lot of things that go into being successful as a coach. And one of them is having time to implement your scheme, language, learning the strengths and weaknesses of your players. And Fuller didn't have that opportunity in year one because of the pandemic. And you saw the same thing on the offensive side of the ball. As we've gotten more continuity, as the players have improved on offense and defense, you've seen both phases of the game improve drastically. I mean, you look at the offense this year, averaged 37 points per game. That wasn't the case in year one, obviously, because of the pandemic. And, you didn't have, pieces in place at wide receiver, offensive line was terrible, so forth and so on. So same thing with the defense. You had inexperienced guys at linebacker. You had guys that shouldn't have been on the roster defensively. And you saw that when a lot of guys hit the portal, they did not find a home, or they went to a lower level division to play. And so that's really what it boils down to. Last year, a lot of people criticized the defense, and basically it was lack of depth on the defensive line. Once Fabian Lovett went down, that was an area that was exploited by teams. But still, even with that, the defense played well enough to win 11, 12 games. I mean, even the games they lost, it was still the offense. And I said this before the season, it was still the offense that either had a critical turnover or didn't convert on, third and short or fourth and short in the red zone against teams like Clemson and Wake Forest. So they played well enough to win last year, but they weren't as dominant as they were this year. They fixed that problem on the defensive line. And, they've been lights out for the most part all year. Didn't allow more than 24 points at any point this season. So big shout out to FSU defense. And I expect the defense to be, pretty good next year as well, depending on who leaves, who they get in the portal, and the continued development of the players. But we're not going to delay this any longer. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and like this video. Send it to your buddies if they like defensive performances. Share it on social media, and much appreciated for all the support that you give us. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Let's see if we can find this here. All right, so this is the first play of the drive. So these clips are going to be kind of in order from first play through the final play of the game. I didn't get every single play, but there's a number of them here that we can look at. And one of the biggest things you can see, we talked about it in the video before the game took place, that if Louisville didn't have success running the ball, they were going to have problems. We knew that Plummer was not anything special at quarterback, and they ran the ball 57% of the time. So this first play, where it didn't really go anywhere, was a really good sign. And then, of course, the second play where Braden Fisk literally just blew up the center and just made a huge tackle for a loss. I kind of knew then, like, I knew Braum would probably cook a few things up. But other than that, I felt like, yeah, this is going to be a long night for the Cardinals. So we'll go ahead and play this first one, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Versus shakes this guy, Fisk throws this guy down, and this play goes nowhere. for like 1 yard. Now this back, if he could have, he could have cut this back. It'd have been a hell of a cut. We got a linebacker here. I think he probably would have made the tackle, but you know, he runs here and you see what happens there. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Man, this play right here was just got me fired up. My wife was sat beside me. I was like jumped up. I was like, ooh wee. Look at that. Oh, that just reminds you of like 1990s defense. Oh. And that's huge. So you got them 3rd and long, and you know they're gonna have to pass the ball. So, and I think this is a second. Yeah, this is another angle. This is another angle of just how fast Fisk's get off is. Oh. Watch this. So this is the center. This is the center guard tackle. Look at that. He is already, so this guy's pulling. So that doesn't do the center any favors, but Fisk already strong hands, get off me. And it's and the center looks back. Watch this. Look, the center, hold on, let me rewind this right here. The center is looking back like where, like this is a center looking back like where the hell did he go? Oh man, that's wild. All right, again, so a similar scenario. FSU has them 3rd and 12. And we'll see what happens here. They try to run that mess that Miami likes to run, little tunnel screens. Fisk is out there making a tackle. That's wild. He was everywhere, man. Like he that's so crazy. Watch this. Watch Fisk here. Watch this. He recognizes the play and gives up on pursuing the quarterback and just peels out and comes out here. So here's Fisk right here. Watch this. Look. Oh, wow. That's crazy. He made a lot of money Saturday night, man. All right. This is a play where this went for a nice little game for Louisville here. And they had one other play in the game where they hit this in the second half. And that was literally all of their yards in the second half. That was crazy. So the problem here is the linebacker gets blocked, then comes down and takes a bad angle. And that is what allows us running back to spring this. See how it comes down. Here's Dent. See? He starts running beside him. It's kind of like Hussey does. But he does make the tackle. You can see it in real time one more time. Bad angle. Whoop! He's faster than I thought. Let me get him down. So again, you have third and 7. This is where you want to be. This is where you do not want to be as a Louisville Cardinal. Let me see verse. You got to give credit to the secondary too. They held up in coverage. Verse works and gets the sack there. Gets off the field. That was big time, man. Getting off the field. I think they were 3 of 18 on 3rd down. Again, the key to stopping Louisville was stopping the run on 1st down. Look at that. They just whipped those boys. I mean, there's nowhere to go. Also, credit to Lundy. Lundy right here. Lundy blows this up. Watch. This guy's coming through. Lundy blows him up, and that's what makes the play. See that? If Lundy doesn't come and attack, that's going to go for, a couple yard gain. That's beautiful. That's physical football, baby. That's what we're talking about. And this was a huge play in the game right here, man. 4th and 1. How many times have we seen FSU give up 4th and 1? Now, Louisville knows that FSU's been crazy stout against the run. So they're like, okay, we're going to try to fake this and then hit them with a little pass. And credit to Kalen DeLoach for making a hell of a play here. He's wide open. Man, hell of a play. It's a nice little fake. He tried to get his Chris Winkie on. Remember Chris Winkie in the end zone against Clemson when he hit the long pass for the touchdown? He tried it. He almost got sacked by Verse right there. Hell of a play, man. Big play in the game right there. Man, I firmly believe if Tate Rodemaker would have played in this game on offense, it would have gotten ugly for Louisville, like really ugly. So it's 1st and 10. Look at that. Nowhere to go. They try that little eye candy stuff. We talked about it in the pregame. Motion, fake. He almost tackles the guy. So this is what you got to like too. So Verse almost tackles the running back here. And Plummer sees that, and so he pulls it. But then the linebacker comes over and makes the play. Watch. See? I think that's Bethune. Bethune's like, oh, I'm here for you, waiting on you, baby. Yep. You can see it in real time. Oh, man, that's beautiful football. That's beautiful. And I said you had to be disciplined in this game, and that's definitely what they did for the most part. So, again, they're in 3rd and long, 3rd and 11, and I knew they were going to hit one of these at some point because Brom's just a good player caller, and, you got to tip your hat on this one here. You see, I think this is Dent or Brown. I think it may be Brown. Shaheem Brown coming on a safety blitz. I mean, he almost gets there, timed up a little screen pass. So, tip your hat. Tip your hat to him on that one. So, again, 3rd and 8. This is where they lived all game long because they stopped the run on 1st down or some little pop passes that they try to do. They just, were incomplete or whatever. So, again, 3rd and 8. And it's just your D-line whipping their D-line and good coverage on the back end. And look at it. I mean, there's 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Yeah, it's 4 seconds. It's coverage set. 4-man rush. Now, Plummer missed the guy. He missed the guy leaking out right here. Right here. This guy leaking out right here. Look. He's got him. He's open. But he just don't see him. Oh, man. This is one of my favorite young players making a play right here. See the eye candy. Oh, he's under pressure. AZ come down later. Wood. Woo. AZ right here. Like a missile, boy. Man. No, if they'd have got that fumble right there, they'd have definitely been in trouble then. All right. More eye candy. Fake. You're not going to outrun Verse. Look at that. See how this is last year, Verse would not have made this play. Look, here's Verse on the end. Watch this. He sees the guy coming in motion. he does not crash down like crazy on this fake run. Watch this. See how he sees it immediately. Now, if that's Jaden Daniels or somebody, it's probably gonna be a problem, but it's Plummer, so he makes the play. Excellent discipline right there from Verse. He made a lot of money Saturday night also. Here's an adjustment that Braun made. And again, like I said, you knew they were gonna make some plays. And here they went to a little speed option. You got numbers. So Patrick Payton, he plays this as well as you can, because if he attacks the running back, then Plummer's going to keep it. And so he makes him pitch it. This is just a numbers game. This wide receiver takes this DB out. So it's 2-on-1 pretty much. And you got all this field to work with. Nice play call. Because they knew they weren't running that ball up the middle or anything like that. Second and 9. I think this is a little pass to the flats. There's a little confusion here between the linebacker and the DB. Watch. I wouldn't say confusion. So this receiver runs over here. And so Lundy, instead of just coming down and covering this area, he kind of runs into the guy. Or maybe it could have been a natural pick. Not a natural pick, but just a pick play. Yeah, Lundy probably could have gotten under that maybe. Let me see. Yeah. Lundy probably is like, well, speed-wise, I don't know if I can get out there at this angle. So he kind of wants to go around a little bit, it looks like. And it just, some traffic catches him. So another third down stop right here. He gets nothing here, baby. Nothing. Just whip. Look at that. Man, Byron Turner, they're making a play. Here's the beautiful thing, too. If you see Bethune is out here, if Plummer decides to keep this, Bethune can shed this guy and make the play. Look at that. Boys, balling, baby. Now, I remember this in real time. This was a filthy. I couldn't catch the replay on the condensed version, but this was a filthy route by Thrash out there against AZ Thomas. It was, sometimes you got to tip your head. He made Thomas fall down. But it's probably more about playing on turf than anything. If you're on turf and a guy knows where he's going, you got to react. You're at a disadvantage naturally anyway. But if you're on turf, you forget about it. You can see AZ on the ground here. Now, credit, AZ gets up and, he doesn't really give up anything after the catch. So use the sideline as another defender. So, hey, you got beat on the play, happens. Shout out to Byron Turner making a play right here. First, I thought this was a face mask, but look at Turner. Turner right here. Here's Turner. It's going to catch him, slow him down, thankfully. Otherwise, he would have gotten a couple yards on that. Helmets to the ball, baby. Helmets to the ball. Byron Turner played quite a bit this year. That's what's up. See that progression after battling injuries for the first couple of years. Here's the long run that Louisville got in the second half. So we are at the end of the third quarter. It's 10-3. And so usually just like the first play, it was earlier in the year against Boston College when Boston College and Clemson, whenever Kevin Knowles was in the game, this was a problem. So the first play that we showed earlier was Akeem Dent taking a bad angle. This time it's Shaheem Brown. This his opportunity to take a bad angle. So this is pretty much what happens on this play. So you look, defensive end gets too wide, and there's a lane. Shaheem Brown has got to come down. See, he's coming. He's crashing. I don't know why he's coming here. I don't know why he's come here unless from that angle I can't see from here. But maybe he sees a lane and he thinks the guy's going to come through there. Maybe that's it. Guy bounces outside. Here you see Shaheem is closing, but the angle is bad. See, and it's too late. He's already. Whoop. So maybe there's a lane there. I just can't see it from this angle. To me, I can't see an angle, but maybe from there he can, and so that's why he takes that route. But it's a little too tight there, and the running back's really fast. So really, it's just guys. Just whenever you have usually plays like that, it's just guys either not making a tackle, taking a bad angle, or somebody not playing their assignment. The Louisville try to do all that little eye candy stuff. There's holding on the play. It still goes nowhere. Fisk is out there. Look at this. Their whole the whole side of their line is crushed. Look at that. Let's go back. Look at it now. Oh my goodness. Man, Fisk is a machine out there, boy. Man, this was a huge play in the game too. 3rd and 9, they're gonna have to throw it, and Tatum Bethune makes a hell of a play here. He just runs the route for the guy. Look at that. So here he goes. This is Bethune here. Look, he picks him up. And he's already looking for the ball. Look, he's already looking for the ball. Interception. Palmer's good for one of those a game. Appreciate it. Oh, man. All right, so FSU got is either a tackle for a loss or a penalty on first play. So 2nd and 18. And Louisville's up against it, midway fourth quarter. They got to make something shake. So they're they're gonna kind of have to throw the ball. And they just straight drop back, and yeah, good luck with that. Almost was a safety. Fabian Lovett. Look, Fabian Lovett right here just pushes dude back like 6 yards. 4th and 7. Whenever FSU knows you got to throw it, forget about it. And again, shout out to the FSU secondary, man. I mean, this is almost 3 seconds he has to throw the ball, but nobody's open. Gives the D-line time to get there. Complimentary football, baby. And so they're down 10 at this point. I mean, they know they got to throw the ball with 2 minutes left. And Verse does his second imitation of toting an offensive tackle with him to the quarterback. Bruh, that's crazy. So watch this. Watch this O lineman. Watch what happens. See how Verse is lower than him at this point? And this guy's kind of straight up. Watch what happens when Verse makes contact. Watch this guy's body. Watch this. See how he has a lower center of gravity and just converts that speed to power. And this You know how they say the lower guy wins? That's exactly what happened here. And he just got up under him, converted that speed to power, and then just going for a ride, baby. That's crazy. Look at that one more time. Man. Wow. All right. Breaking fist is going to end the game right here. 4th and 3. Know you're throwing it. Bruh. Look at how violent his hands are here. Watch this. Watch his hands. Young D lineman, you should be paying attention here. Watch how he just rips through here. He told him at 55, like, get off me, dog. Right here. Watch this. You know how you see those guys and they'll go and the bags will be going up and they'll hit them. That's kind of how that Louisville the offensive lineman look. But they'll hit the bag or whatever. Usually it's for defensive ends. That's kind of what Fist did to do right here. Come here. That's crazy. He hawked dude down. Wow. Man. Amazing performance. Amazing. You're talking about a top 20 offense. Brom is one of the better offensive lines in the game. They averaged nearly 500 yards a game, 30-plus points a game, and you held them to 6. You know, they did miss a field goal, I think, and then you had the interception in the end zone. So, I mean, that's what? Potentially 16 points, something like that. I mean, I said 20 in my prediction. Just an amazing performance from FSU defense, man. And it's a damn shame that they won't get to play as a unit again in the playoff. I mean, I firmly believe they would have shut Michigan's offense down. Washington's offense would have been more of a challenge because they have a better quarterback and they have better receivers, but we've seen Washington get shut down against way worse defenses than FSU. I mean, it was going to be one of those two teams that we would have played in the first semifinal game, and it's a shame, man. Those guys deserve that opportunity, but you know, when I think of this team, you know, that's kind of what I think of. When I think of this 2023 team, I think of just relentlessness, physicality. You know, they're going to be in it the whole time. You're going to have to kill them to beat them. Look, and nobody killed them all year long. Didn't give up more than 24 points all year. I mean, FSU is at the top of nearly every statistical category. Pressures, 289 pressures, 45 sacks. I mean, 46% completion percentage against. 77 passes defended, I think it was. They only allow touchdowns 46% of the time in the red zone. All of these are top 10, top 5, top 1 statistics. I mean, got to tip your hat, man. Got to tip your hat. And it's only better things coming, I think. You know, the guys they have coming in this 2024 secondary, if they all sign, I mean, secondary, like I said, a lot of those sacks were some coverage sacks, you know, but they were only rushing forward. They weren't blitzing a whole lot. Got that secondary. If they can get this D-line, you know, probably need 1 or 2, maybe 3 guys from the portal to kind of bridge the gap a little bit. But if you can keep Armando Blunt this class, if you could somehow flip LJ McCray, that would be massive. It would be massive. So we'll see, man. We're in an excellent spot. Continue to donate to the Battle's End if you haven't signed up yet. They've I think they've surpassed 3,500 members now. I mean, so like doubled in supporters in the last week. So shout out to you guys that have done that. That's what it's going to take. And keep supporting the channel. We'll keep putting out content out there. I do have a community that you can join. If you look and you see the join button, you can click on that and see what the options are. We'll be doing things like this in the off season. We'll do live chats, live streams, whatever you guys are interested in, those that join. So make sure you do that. And until next time, go Noles.